ridiculous to deal with that Elder Titan.
But they got natural order, though. I mean, that does work against Sven, right? No?
Once you've decided to start with the ET mid and the Ogre bottom, you're committed to giving that Darkseid levels and farm.
TP down from EGM, immediately looking to fall into position, following through on the Stormhammer onto Trixi. Trixi in a bit of trouble here. Spinning back up, but it's not going to be enough in Alliance. They'll find themselves first blood. See if they can get anything more out of this one. Indeed, surrounding syndereN with the Storm. Loda jukes out the sleep very nicely. Comes back in with that Storm. Mana for Blade Fury. Era could be in a lot of trouble here.
Oh dear, yeah.
And just surrounding him, coming found the tower. There we do have it, just coming up in time. I mean, that actually might have saved him. He just had enough mana there as it ticked up for that Blade Fury, but still with a wraparound from Limmp, he loses his life. They have lost the Slardar, but with the chase down onto Trixi, Alliance will look to make sure that this trade, a 2-for-1, favoring them. The rotation is successful, and they'll be able to get a good amount. He certainly is in trouble. Didn't get the memo.
Yeah, a bit silly. He had all the information. He vendetted on top of an observer, and finishing farming the first camp is fine, because you know how long it takes to get there, but going for that second camp.
Well, off the back of this, I'm looking for another. EGM is going to be saved by the Face Edict, and now Alliance looking for the turnaround, getting the Dragon Tail out, onto the next Assassin, but in fact, at the end of the day, the heal's helping out. And Era would just quickly pick off EGM on the side with the Omni.
Trixi, yeah, in the neighborhood.
He is around, and of course, he'll be happy to set something up for a Sunstrike. He'll let Loda. Let's fall a little bit low to the Ancients. There we go, coming in, but of course the Handsken, of course, game 2 on the Oracle this time around with the save. False promise. And Alliance, but let's see if they can turn. An ult comes through from YapzOr, and with that, they've actually found Loda. They'll get EGM and Handsken. And even though the initial attempt there with the stun and Sunstrike isn't successful, the follow-through from the rest of Escape Gaming just...
And wasn't taking much physical damage. The Sunstrike just does such high single-target burst.
jonassomfan. He's going to be caught out as well. I mean, Sims and Trixi, they'll look to take him. He has the mech, and we'll buy him some time to get out. Looks like he will just survive. Now for the turnaround, EGM sprinting forward, looking for Sind and YapzOr in the sidelines, gets to crush onto the Elder Titan. A quick turnaround for Sind, and now Era turning up to the fight as well. He does have Omni Slash available for this one. Just using the Blade Fury to clear out the creeps, moving across. Loda gets the Stormhammer onto Trixi, but there's no follow-through damage. EGM tries to come in for a crush. He's not going to make it. Era with the Omni Slash, bringing Loda down low, looking to chase him out. Loda with the war cry, trying to get himself away. He will just get himself out in time. He's not going to kick him out. It's going to be close, though. Okay. The save's there. Face Edict from Handsken keeps Loda safe with the Vendetta. Loda on the back at the moment. qojqva coming in across the bottom of the river. syndereN's actually going to be the one to open her. Maybe looking to try and get Alliance's attention. Trixi's actually going to miss the stun, though. Doesn't get it onto Handsken. YapzOr throws down the ult and the sleep to hold back some of Alliance. But already Escape Gaming, they've lost one. Alliance find themselves anything else. By the looks of it, it's just going to be a case of Escape trying to get themselves out of there. qojqva in the trees, has a blink. Immediately heads down south. EGM, of course, to have a blink himself, so qojqva should be fine. Yep. Didn't use the BKB, I guess just underestimating the burst. And once that initial logo goes through, but here's the combo that they were looking for. They get the vacuum, the wall, the crush, Loda with the damage, but immediately just held back by the stun. The multicast for Sin, Loda held in place. He can't get the damage out. With the Solar Crest on him as well, he will finally get a punch on the qojqva, but the rest of his hits were just missing. He'll buy back. As Alliance losing 3, the Invoker kill was a big one, but they need more than that. Loda do anything here. He doesn't have God's strength. Jumps in, has the vision onto Trixi, looking to finish off the Nyx Assassin. Will find one Sin with the Fire Blast onto EGM. EGM's out. It's a triple kill for Era as he moves on, finishing the melee racks. jonassomfan and Loda starting to punch into him. A good sleep from Yap holds them back. The question is if Alliance can chase this one down. Handsken's looking to see if he can get a lock onto syndereN. syndereN with the TP away, but the jump forward, they should... Ooh, they don't get the chance to cancel it in time. Pretty great for defending the pit. Limmp just waltzes in here, looking to try and kick it off, get the vision. Trixi still staying underneath the cover of the burrow. Alliance moving forward and getting the Dragon Tail onto Sin. It's a very split up fight though, as we can see Escape Gaming pretty much surrounding Alliance. All split up. Eric jumps in with the Omni Slash. Handsken false promising himself here. Face Edict onto Loda, trying to heal him back up, but Trixi already under. They did get the Amplify out in time, though, so that allows them to kill the Nyx Assassin.
qojqva
so holding Loda back. They have found qojqva. Can they get themselves anything more already? It's going to be a pretty good fight for Alliance. They crushed onto YapzOr. They found themselves a third. They might not be done yet either. Hera could be in trouble as well. Blinks away. Could be just a little too far to chase, but they'll take that Alliance.
How good Invoker scale.
Loda could be in trouble here. He does, of course, have that Aegis. He does have the backup of the Oracle and immediately turning onto Trixi. At the same time, though, Era's able to jump in and pick off EGM on the slide up with the Omni Slash. Loda continues to chase, though. See if we can find anything else. The BKB now worn off. Handsken and Limmp following through, see if they can go for more. There's a healing ward behind Sind. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? And well, with the stomp, it may just be Sind surviving for the time being. And with that healing ward, he's able to walk it off, gets himself out of there.
It's the tankiest Ogre I've ever seen. It's got 30 armor with the Solar Grab.
Oh, Naira jumps straight back in. He's looking for Handsken. Handsken with the TP out is not going to make it. Tornadoes there from qojqva. Alliance to lose their Oracle.
Much in the back foot now. They're struggling to deal damage.
Here we go, ready for the jump up. Alliance look for the chase down. BKB pop by jonassomfan. They'll look to focus Trixi first. Trixi burrows up. He'll finally be taken down almost only by Loda's damage. Indeed, that's the first kill for Alliance. Limmp chasing down YapzOr. The healing ward's out. They probably want to take that down, and they do indeed. Limmp gets the touch on, so EGM being focused by syndereN, but Handsken's there with the backup heals. They'll surround YapzOr. Alliance take down a second. EGM still gets another crush out, and with the heals from Handsken, EGM's going to be fine. And Alliance looking to find themselves a third kill in this team fight, and they will get it with a vacuum back from jonassomfan. Another strong fight from them as Alliance continue to climb their way. It's going to blink down. In fact, he finds the courier here, and team might just get this one. One more touch for Dirt, but it looks like they'll get it out into this sidelines just in time. BKB's coming through. Immediately jumping the back wall onto two. They burst it down Sin, but at the same time, Era with the Omni Slash finishes off EGM. 1-for-1 at the moment. Era looking to hide in the trees. He still has the Blade Fury. Doesn't have any TP, but he's got the blink up and the backup of his team. In fact, he's going to blink forward aggressively. Immediately, Limmp turns around with the Dragon Tail. It's leap from YapzOr not to catch anyone off the back of that stomp. Limmp in a lot of trouble though. BKB on cooldown and the magical damage ripping him to pieces. They'll look to Loda with a false promise, trying to make Loda being able to turn around for this fight, but he's held in place by the Earth Splitter. Era hitting down onto him. False promise is going to end, and the damage is too much. The spend to fall. Escape Gaming finding the exact team fight that they wanted here. Handsken looking to just juke out the Glimmer Cape, but the Sunstrike Vision is going to find him. qojqva with the plays there to finish off Oracle as well. Gem on jonassomfan. So they just have to be a little bit careful with how they initiate with the Invoker, but in fact, well, Loda, he's headed up to the high ground, getting caught out with the Omni Slash as well. Loda's down and he's out for 90 seconds. No buyback. This could be the end of game 2 potentially for Alliance. Era chasing down Handsken, qojqva blinking forward. Looking to see if they can find anything more out of this, but they've lost to Alliance. It's just going to be a question of how the best of the three of these guys can hold the base against the full 5-man of Escape. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. Wolves drop. BKB's out from Limmp, trying to force them away. EGM keeping their attention outside of the base, but he's out. And as we're seeing, just a little bit of a show here from Escape Gaming as they chase down Limmp with the Diffusal Blade. They find the Dragon Knight as well onto the tier 4. So GG is called.